On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
And then they're conflating the idea that, hey, we friends, you ain't supposed to talk to me like that. You know, when they don't understand, we separating the friendship from the business right now. So she's right in that sense.
But
I do agree with you to an extent.
Yeah, but my question was, what does a spreadsheet have to do with friendship and emotions? It has nothing to do with that, right?
They got everything because
I disagree with
friendship and emotion. The friendship and the emotions is the people that's reading the spreadsheets.
Right. No, but I disagree with Anton because he said one thing. He said, once we realize that the numbers doesn't add up and someone is doing something wrong or nefarious in regards to business, your friendship should allow you to talk to that person with grace. You see, Anton, if he catches his friend doing something crazy, he's going to say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you stupid? Don't ever try to take. But that a friend is going to say, yo, brother, look at this spreadsheet. Things are not adding up. So we have to make a decision now. Are we going to continue this or we not?
And I think that's great. And that's why you've been able to be married for 17 years. That's why is you're doing the stepchild. You're in sync. But those newly couples that are getting in a lot of people aren't doing that. A lot of issues with relationships and marriage. And I think a lot of the reason why we fail is the communication part. So where does it start? It might not start with you doing it every single day, but at least let's do something that go on a date night every month so we can talk. And then start the ball rolling on there. Start getting in sync more. Start that communication more. And then I think they will get to your level and do it every day. So I'm not debating if that's right or wrong, but starting off with someone that's
I don't think that she was off at all either. I don't think he was wrong either.
I want to get to Ariel. Hold that real quick. Ariel, should couples have updates about their relationship, and if so, how often?
It's so funny because I was just thinking, I was like, oh, I have something to add. And then Courtney said it. Basically, I think the conversation they're having is you're looking at different stages. And especially depends on what kind of relationship you're coming from moving into marriage, right? Because there's some people that date for 10 years and then they get married. So they're not starting from the beginning. Like I got married basically in a year. So learning who my husband is continuing to be something that I'm working on and that we're working on. So what Anton and King are describing is something that's been built over a long period of time, because you can't just know somebody. You can't though. King, you can't just wake up and say, oh yeah, I know what she needs. And I think that's also a misconception of many men, is that women, sometimes we do a good job of masking our, discomfort, especially if she's a quieter woman or she's gentler. She might not be that happy, but because she's a woman and she's delicate and she's like, I'm going to be patient and wait for this to develop. She might not be expressing everything that she thinks or feels.
Right.
And that's just from a woman's perspective. But I think in general, you guys are agreeing with each other. I think Courtney's looking at it from the perspective of you're just starting in a relationship. Something needs to be put in place in order for it to build. That's why couples have date nights. That's why they plan them. And then once you get later on in marriage, like my parents don't have date nights. They're doing life together and they know each other inside and out. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. Ariel, my love, I know I got to push back a little bit, right? I got to push back a little bit because, and I say my love because Ariel is like actually my best friend's daughter's name. So I don't take any, I know you're married. Don't take it like that.
I wasn't.
Okay, thank you. I respect. That's the only institution I respect is marriage. The only one. So what happens is
he always jump off the rails every single time. He's about to make a great point, and then he just jump right on off that bridge.
Let me finish this because Ariel, it's funny because with me, I don't know what he was talking about. I never do. But what I do know is what I was talking about, which is it doesn't have to be a relationship that, and I never said that I know what she's thinking. I said we communicate constantly every day, right, on the wake up. And I think a lot of people are not marrying their friends. When women that are doing intentional marriages, they're marrying for a husband. But I hope that you marry your friend, because you have your friend, you're calling each other, you're texting each other every other 30, 20, 15 minutes. Marry and be a partner with your friend. Sometimes they don't have to have love in it, but if you have friendship within a relationship, you communicate every day because you enjoy being around that person.
But that's a luxury in this country, though.
No,
because the people that marry, that have arranged marriages, and this is something that they have to practice and do if they want it to work.
Right. But we're talking about in this country. But if we want to talk about that, we can. But I'm talking about if you have the luxury and the option to marry a friend or be in a relationship with friends, you should take it. I think a lot of women within our community, especially when they get older and they looking to marry, they become rigid. They become boring. They have a checklist. They don't have something. They don't even care about if they even like to be around you. But they have a checklist, and this is the problem. We're not marrying, and we're not trying to build. I didn't say love. We're not marrying, and we're not trying to build with our friends, and that's problematic. That's problematic.
Okay.
Do you build businesses with your friends?
Absolutely. If that's your friend and they have the resources and the values and they have the know-how and skill set to have a business, I would love to build with them and actually be more enjoyable. Unfortunately, what happens is we try to build businesses with friends that don't have skill sets, that don't have resources. That's when it becomes problematic.
I know businesses that failed because they was friends and they got their personal business involved with the business.
Okay, it failed because they were friends, or it failed because something in the business went bad?
Well, because it was because of emotions and feelings, because they started off as friends and buddies and decided to go into business together. And now they're going through a legal thing because he thought he could do this because, oh, you my boy, you got this. And it's like, no, this is business. But you think I'm your friend. So you think you can get away with a whole lot of stuff because we have a personal relationship.
Right. So my question to you is, what does emotions have to do with spreadsheets?
With spreadsheets? Well, because emotions.
She's right. She's right, because a lot of times people can't do business with their friends because their emotions get in the way of being able to make logical decisions. And when people make decisions based off of feelings, well, she's right from the perspective that a lot of times people can't separate the idea that you're looking at a spreadsheet and being able to call out your friend, and then they're conflating the idea that, hey, we friends, you ain't supposed to talk to me like that. You know, when they don't understand, we separating the friendship from the business right now. So she's right in that sense.
No,
but I do agree with you to an extent.
Yeah, but my question was, what does a spreadsheet have to do with friendship and emotions? It has nothing to do with that, right?
They got everything because
I disagree with
friendship and emotion. The friendship and the emotions is the people that's reading the spreadsheets.
Right. No, but I disagree with Anton because he said one thing. He said, once we realize that the numbers doesn't add up and someone is doing something wrong or nefarious in regards to business, your friendship should allow you to talk to that person with grace. You see, Anton, if he catches his friend doing something crazy, he's going to say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you stupid? Don't ever try to take. But that's a friend is going to say, yo, brother, look at this spreadsheet. Things are not adding up. So we have to make a decision now. Are we going to continue this or we not?